Hello, welcome to ZIM Capture. I'm inventor Dan Zen. And ZIM is zimjs.com is an open source framework to make interactive media on the HTML canvas using JavaScript and Create.js. In this capture, we're going to take a look at a waiter and an indicator. These are two components that are found in the ZIM build module. Let's go into some code. So a waiter, var waiter equals a new zim.waiter. And a waiter acts like a pane does as well, where we have to specify which container we want to show this waiter in. And indeed, to show the waiter, much like a pane, we say waiter.show. Okay, it's kind of like a little pop-up thing. So let's see what that looks like. Ooh, now do you know what a waiter is? So I'm not sure there's a word for that. Spinner sometimes, but this one's not really spinning exactly. Hourglasses that turn, etc. It's not a progress bar either. This is constantly going until we decide to turn it off. It's usually used when we're loading something, like loading in some sound or something, or pictures or whatever. And then this should go away. So let's set this up. First of all, let's just see what kind of customization we can do to a waiter. So we'll open up ZIM here. Oh, that's ZIM socket. Nice. Pizzazz. And hit the docs. And type in waiter. Enter. So there it is. Container. Container speed, blah, blah, blah. We'll just copy these for now. Come back and paste them up above the waiter. Okay, so we pass in a container, we can pass in the speed of those little dots. How about a color? So comma, null for the speed, and black for the color. And the circle color can stay the default of that white color, and then the corner, we'll make the corner 0, for instance. Okay, and let's take a look at our customized waiter. Ooh. Now, how do we make that go away? Well, normally it would be something like frame.loadAssets, and then we would load some assets like my big sound.mp3 that we might have to wait for. And that could be an array of assets. Maybe if we had a lot of assets, an array of assets. We'll just assume that's in the same folder. And then we would say frame.on complete, comma, call this function. And it is indeed within this function that we would do our application, because now we have our assets, including our stage.update. And in here, we would say waiter.hide. And that will hide the waiter for us. So quite simple, huh? And we would normally be loading some stuff. We just quickly add a waiter. We say waiter.show, and when we're done, we say waiter.hide. And if we need the waiter again later, we've got it later. We can just waiter.show later on and waiter.hide when we're done. All right, let's cheat a little, and we'll just say setTimeout, call a function. And we'll do that function in 2 seconds. And inside that function, we will waiter.hide. Does that look good? Okay, so we refresh here. Oh, we're waiting, and gone. Waiting. Oh, finally it loads. Cool. That is a waiter. Now let's comment this out. Let's delete it. And now we'll turn to another component, an indicator. Var indicator equals a new zim.indicator. And we'll just look at a default indicator. This time we center it on the stage. Indicator.center on the stage. Oh, stage. We usually have an indicator for good, it's just like a button, it stays there. And let's take a look. There is an indicator. Now, it's not really indicating much aside from that it's not indicating anything. So we can make it indicate something. Indicator dot current index is equal to, well, 0 would be the very first one. So let's see. Selected index. My apologies. If we can select it, then and this will be selectable as well. We can set it up so that we can select, and there it is. Okay, and if we said 1, it would go to the next one there. So that's how we can set it. We could also ask which one's selected as well, and that will tell us. Okay, so what can we do to an indicator? Let's take a look. We'll go into the documentation, type ind, and here's the indicator, and we'll copy all the parameters of the indicator. So let's put these on multiple lines. That should do it. So the width, the height, the number of these dots, the color. The color would be the color of the indicated dot, and the off color. So orange seemed to be the default there. Border color, backing color, the type. So we can go dots or squares or dots or boxes. Fill. Yeah, we should see what fill does. Scale, light scale, press, shadow colors, press. Okay, let's try press. So we'll open this up with a ZIM duo configuration object, and we'll say press equals true. Oh, almost. Press colon true. And that's it. Refresh here. Now I can press on the indicator and we can adjust the selected index. And let's capture that event. So that would be indicator.on change, comma, call this function. And in there we could say, please show me zog indicator dot selected. Got it this time. Selected index. There should be. Okay, so we'll find out which one is selected as we press on it. And F12. I did update or refresh. There we go. 3, 2, 1, 0, and the last one 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, what does this fill do? It looks like this. Fill, comma, colon true, comma. And we refresh here. Well, that's interesting already. So it fills up to wherever we've selected. Look good? Okay. What else about an indicator? Well, we can give it a certain width. Let's see what happens when we give it a width. The way the indicator works is a little bit odd. We don't actually give it the indicator a specific size. The size is based on the width and height, based on the height really. Okay, so we'll say a width of say 500, and let's see how the indicator looks now. So what it does is it spreads those dots, that once again based on the height, it spreads those dots around. And the indicator can have a backing too, so comma, how do we set that up again? Backing color, colon, quote, number sign. Let's see, what is this? Gray already, we'll go light gray, like AAA. And there's the backing color. So the size of the dot is sort of roughly, basically half the backing color. That's how she's set up. And if we want to scale this in a different manner, we've got two modes of scaling. One is we can just use scale, colon, and how about we go 0.5, for instance. And let's see what happens. So now it's scaled everything including the spacing. But if we go light scale like so, 0.5, now it will leave the spacing but just scale the little dots around there. Okay, there's a different type of indicator. So there's the type, and that looks like this. Type colon. I'm going to take away the backing. And let's take away lightScale 2. And the type, we will make there's a box, or a rectangle, or a square. I think a box or square, or circle or dot. And circle or dot is the default. And there's a square indicator. Boop, 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 boop. Nice, huh? Now, if you wanted it to be bigger than that, you could either lightScale bigger, or you could set height, HEIGHT, colon 100. I'm not sure what this will do. We might have to do some adjustments. Oh, I forgot something. Comma. Definitely turned off the lights. So there, it's now bigger, and if we were to turn back on the backing color, let's make it something exciting. Frame dot yellow. Oh, yeah. Okay, you get something like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is an indicator. And before that, we took a look at a waiter, 2 components in the ZIM build module. I'm inventor Dan Zen. This has been a ZIM capture. Have a great day.